Rider burns you, he burns your soul.
Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Ghost Rider. Tuesday, September 20th, new time, 10/9 Central, ABC.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So we got Robbie Reyes footage of the actual car in Ghost Rider form. Looks like he's just going to make everybody go splat. So let's break it down. So the whole idea here is they're just showing you what the car is going to look like most of the time. Like I can't even imagine how expensive it would be to have the whole thing engulfed in flames constantly while it was on screen all the time. So from a practical perspective, I think what they've done is they found like a fun way to film the car, like something that's really cool on screen without just completely depleting their budget. That'd be a dope way to end any TV show. Like you have one CG character that's just so expensive to do that you can only do the show for like a couple episodes. So you're like, okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have that CG character just go around and kill all of the other characters so that the show's over. But the thing here, I think they're doing this the right way too, is they're not having the Ghost Rider character speak. Like you just see him, you hear other characters talking about him. They say when the rider burns you, he burns your soul. The car itself has some different abilities when he is in Ghost Rider form. Like when he is fully flame on Ghost Rider, he can actually walk right through it as if it's nothing. He can pilot it remotely. And if he's not standing right next to the car, he can actually teleport inside of it. So like he doesn't have to open the door to get inside. He can just will himself inside the car. But that's only when he's in Ghost Rider form, not when he's just walking around as normal Robbie Reyes. So I don't know how they're going to deal with that on the show. There's actually a couple easy ways for them to film stuff like that. But like the car itself is a normal car, so like it just drives around like a normal car would when he's not Ghost Rider. But if you read any of the Ghost Rider comics or you've seen any of the Ghost Rider movies, you know that when Johnny Blaze is riding his motorcycle when he's Ghost Rider, it gains all these extra abilities that normal motorcycles don't have. So just expect them to have some fun with some really crazy WTF action set pieces with the car, which I think is a nice addition. There haven't been a lot of vehicle stunts since like the first couple seasons of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like they've done some motorcycle work, they had a little fun with the cloaking device on Quinjets, but I think the car is just going to be a little bit more fun to actually watch week to week. I've already talked a little bit about Robbie Reyes' backstory in the comics, but he basically merges with this other spirit. It's not quite the same thing as Johnny Blaze. It's not like a biblical spirit of vengeance. So we don't know if he has all the same abilities as the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider, like the penance stare, or if he can manifest chains and things from his mouth, or if he can discharge hellfire from guns. Like when Johnny Blaze uses a gun, it can discharge magical fire. He's still going to be really powerful no matter what, but I think we'll get a good idea for how powerful in the first couple of episodes. Like there will be some limits, but just for example, in the comics, Doctor Strange says that Johnny Blaze, when he's in Ghost Rider form, is more powerful than the version of Hulk during Planet Hulk and World War Hulk, like the Gladiator Hulk persona, which is way crazier than normal Hulk. So basically, Ghost Rider, for all intents and purposes on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., is kind of like a game-changer character, but because of who he is, because of the Ghost Rider persona, he's kind of a wild card. So you can imagine how S.H.I.E.L.D's going to react to that. It's going to be a lot of fun watching them try to get him on the team. But even though they're continuing to do Inhumans stuff, they did tease that they would be doing, Royal Family, like deep cuts from the Inhumans comics. I don't think they're going to tie Ghost Rider to any of that stuff. I think they'll be relatively true to the comics because they said part of the idea in doing Ghost Rider this season is because they're doing more mystical, Doctor Strange things in the movies. They're moving into new territory in the MCU. They wanted to follow suit on the TV show. So they're like, okay, Ghost Rider is just like a really fun visual way to push into the magical realm that we can totally do on TV. Because there is no way that they're going to make another Ghost Rider movie anytime soon. But for those of you asking, there is a chance that Ghost Rider could totally appear in the movies eventually, but I would expect it to be relatively small, and if he does go somewhere else in the MCU, I really think it's going to be on the Netflix shows. That would be a lot of fun. Just have him show up in like the Punisher series, maybe in Iron Fist series at a certain point, maybe like the second season of Iron Fist, because they're pretty much done filming that show. In fact, one of the cast members from Iron Fist who plays Colleen Wing is a Sand Snake on Game of Thrones. She just went back to Belfast, so I think they're pretty much done filming most of Iron Fist's series, but there'll probably be more news about that later this year after Luke Cage drops, which is actually in a couple weeks. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. coming back on the 20th, Luke Cage is coming back the week after that, so it's like back-to-back Marvel TV shows dropping. It's going to be a lot of fun, so be sure to subscribe to get all those videos. I'll be doing videos for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and for Luke Cage. It'll be a little bit different for Luke Cage because it's all dropping at once. So the Luke Cage stuff will post a little bit more like when I was doing Daredevil Season 2 earlier this year, where it's like one video every couple days. And people that have seen it so far say it is like the best Marvel Netflix series so far. So I cannot wait to see all this stuff. So next video will be Spider-Man Homecoming. They've been posting more behind the scenes stuff. There's some interesting differences in the way they're doing mocap for Spider-Man Homecoming. Like it's evolved a little bit since they've done Civil War. So a whole bunch of really cool behind the scenes Spider-Man stuff coming soon. While you guys wait for that to post, you can click here for Avengers Infinity War behind the scenes, and you can click here for the last big Luke Cage trailer again. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. Sweet Christmas. Stuff coming back real soon.